Today we're diving fork first into the world of indulgence with a classic tiramisu recipe. I can still remember my first bite of tiramisu, and I'm excited to share my version with you today on the Stay at Home Chef. To get started on this, we need to temper our eggs, so we're gonna head over to the stove. We're going to need 4 egg yolks, and I don't want to use the whites, but I will go ahead and save those for something else for later. You want to put those eggs in a heat-safe bowl. We want that bowl to fit on top of our saucepan to create a double boiler to temper these eggs. To our 4 egg yolks, we're going to add 1/4 cup of white sugar and whisk those 2 ingredients together until they are combined. Go ahead and turn on your heat to a medium-high, because what we want to do is let that water simmer to create the steam that's going to help temper our eggs. Now when you create a double boiler, you want to make sure you don't add too much water, that water touches the bottom of the bowl. You won't have very good results if you do so. But as this is heating, we want to continuously whisk this for about 8 minutes. It's been about 6 minutes and the color is a little more pale, it's thickened up a bit, and it has become a little more frothy. We're gonna go about 2 more minutes. All of the granulation from the sugar is gone and these eggs are perfectly tempered, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat. We need to let that cool, so go ahead and set that in a safe place so it can drop that temperature down. Honestly, that was the hardest part of this entire recipe, and while that is cooling, we're gonna work on the other part of the cream mixture. In a separate bowl, and I am using an upright stand mixer, I'm gonna add in 1 cup of heavy cream along with 1/4 cup of white sugar. Whip the cream and sugar together on medium-high speed for about 3 to 4 minutes until that whipped cream has doubled in size. And now we're going to fold into that 8 ounces of mascarpone cheese. This is so decadent. Briefly mix that until that is just combined. The tempered eggs have cooled, and so we're going to add that right into that cream mixture. And once again, we're going to just briefly combine that. The eggs add such a richness to this recipe, which I just adore. But if you want to skip them, well, that is totally fine. You can just do the heavy cream and the mascarpone cheese. Now that we have our cream layer ready, we are ready to assemble our dessert. In a 9x9 dish, or you could use a fancy platter like I'm using here, you're gonna wanna coat that bottom with a little bit of cocoa powder. That cocoa powder adds a touch of bitterness that helps balance out the sweetness. In a shallow bowl, I'm going to add about 2 cups of some strong espresso. We're going to take our ladyfingers, which are these light and airy cookie biscuits, dunk them in that espresso real quick, then place them on the cocoa powder layer and repeat the process. We've got our layer of soaked ladyfingers down, and now we're going to take half of that cream layer and place that on top, spreading that evenly. Then we're going to lightly dust that layer with our cocoa powder. And now we simply just repeat the process. If you wanted to go 3 layers high, you absolutely could. I'm just sticking with 2 layers with a dusting of that cocoa powder and some chocolate shavings for that delicious flavor and visual appeal. Now the final step is kind of tricky because it's all about patience. This needs to get refrigerated for up to about 4 hours so that those flavors can really meld together. But then you are ready to eat. Thanks for watching. You can find the full written recipe in the video description below. Be sure to check out thestayatHomeChef.com, where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. We'll see you later.